Welcome to Know Your Money, where we will explore our relationship with money and how the psychology of it impacts our financial decisions, as everyone thinks about money differently. In our podcast, we'll be presenting a variety of financial topics in an easy-to-understand way, which we hope will assist you with managing your money. Welcome to Know Your Money. Hello, Warren. Hello, Craig. How are you guys today?
Well, thank you, Bronwyn. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
You were first, Warren. How are you looking? How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, Craig. Feeling pretty good. Nice to see you guys.
You too. And Bron, all good?
All good. It's quite hard with this triangle. I never know who to say first and what to do.
All good.
It's the Holy Trinity, yeah.
Is this episode 4?
Episode 4 already.
Another week gone by.
Pattern.
My
A
goodness.
whole month.
Gee.
Jeez
Yes.
Louise. It's been busy.
Yep.
We hope.
All good though.
And I hope people have been working on the things you've been, or we've been speaking about.
Yes.
So what is number 4?
So the fourth relationship, is giving. And what giving is it's linked to quite a lot of different things. So giving is, as a parent, you give to your children and they just receive from there. So give them a house over their head, a roof over their head, toys, anything that you're sort of giving to them. Or it's a lot of the, say, charity work and those kind of things that you get into. And often people associate giving with receiving. So if I give, then I'll receive more kind of thing. And it's not to say that you shouldn't give. It's just, is that blocked or is it balanced? So for me, I always felt that giving was blocked for me. But that's because of my experience of giving. So my dad is an extremely giving person. He will give to anyone. If he sees a guy on the side of the road, he gives him 100 Rand. If we are walking in I remember the one time we were at a show day and this guy was picking up the trash and he gave that guy money. So those aren't the ones that are necessarily bad. But my mom didn't have any money growing up. So whenever I went to go visit, he would give her money. So what it felt like for me was that, and then when she was sort of bored, then I'd go back home. So I associated he has to give her money for her to spend time with me. And when the money's finished, then I need to go. So, and I never knew that. I never knew why I struggled with giving so much until I worked on these sorts of things. And now that has changed for me quite a lot. And giving of time means a lot to me. So if I give you my time, I get secondary gain from that. I feel good about that. I don't know what giving feels like to either of you.
So I don't give and thinking I'm going to receive. I don't think like that.
There's no condition to it.
No, not. I might not give enough. Probably that's what my first thought would be. I don't give enough, even though I do give stuff and I do help on committees and things like that, free time, and I feel like I'm adding value, but I don't add the value for my own benefit. I think I'm adding value for other people's benefit. So,
and what does giving mean to you, or feel like to you, or look like?
It's like a warm feeling that I'm giving of my time, or if I can help somebody with money, I'm giving my money. It's going to make their lives better. The end result's going to be better, but I don't need an accolade for it. I don't mind that. So, but I probably need to give more. I probably think that if I must keep some of it because I don't want to give it all away, because what about my family? So okay. I'm very conscious of giving, but I'm also conscious of not giving away too much.
I think that's great. And, as you spoke there, I thought, we spoke on that episode of that wheel of life and those different areas. I think we should have that wheel of okay, how much do you spend? How much do you give? And where's that on the wheel for this year? And now if you feel that you don't give enough, sit and reflect. You give time, you give money. It's not just about that. So your time is money. And should you be giving more? Should you be giving less? Or actually just reflecting on what it is that you do give is important.
So I think also when I give, I make sure for me it goes in the right place. I don't just randomly give. Mm-hmm. I don't just randomly give to get a benefit coming back to me. Make sure it's for a good cause. Whatever it might be, time or money or...
Yeah, and I think giving can be quite. I also thought I never gave because I don't enjoy just giving someone on the side of the road, because for me I have that they're receiving, they're not earning, and like I don't want to have that negative impact on them. So I try give in a different way. But for other people, that does serve something and is good for them. You know.
So I have this thing with when I'm on tour. Often, if I'm in a city centre and it's say an English-speaking country, if I see someone homeless, I'll go and talk to them. I don't usually give them money, but I just go and talk to them to see how did they end up here, what choices made this happen, and the surprising result for me is how grateful they are for somebody to stop and talk to them. Because people ignore
to
them all
see
day.
them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
and just giving them my time is very valuable to them. And so I'm very good at giving my time to people, but I'm not very good at giving gifts, and I'm not very good at giving money. I don't know why that is, but yeah, I enjoy the feeling I get when I give somebody my time and try and help them.
Well, you're a saver. We've spoken about that in lots of episodes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Your base is saving, which is a good thing as well. There's no you're giving time, and you're giving you're helping other people in other ways. Doesn't mean to say you have to give the money away to do that.
But it's even the same with like Christmas presents. So my wife will do the Christmas shopping, and then she'll tell me how much she spent. And I'm just like, why? They love us already. You don't need to give them something that expensive.
But I think that's a point that we maybe must go on to. So what does receiving a gift mean?
Yeah, so for me, I'm grateful for it, but I don't expect it, and it doesn't matter how much it costs. For me, it's that age-old saying, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah,
But
it's
it really
true
is.
though. It is.
You know, my favorite presents as a little boy, and I got some really nice ones from my parents, but my favorite ones were handcrafted wooden toys for my grandfather.
Yeah.
But does that not explain why when you see a different gift, it doesn't feel good? Because there was no thought, or there was thought.
Yeah, even if there was thought, there was no love put into it. You know, my grandfather making the toys for me, that's a lot of thought. That's a lot of effort. That's a lot of work. It's not just going to the shop and buying you something.
So if for 1 year Kirst didn't buy all the gifts and you made all the gifts, how would that feel giving?
I would feel amazing.
See, so it's just understanding those different things. For Kirst, potentially when she received those gifts of whatever it is, she got that emotion that you got from your grandfather's gift.
Yeah, well, she's a spender, so she feels good spending, so she assumes everyone else feels good when something is spent on them.
So maybe you should write everybody you're going to buy a present for an envelope and put that amount of money in that envelope, and then she goes and spends that on each person. And that would be a way of her still thinking about what and enjoying the fact that she is spending it and giving it away.
No, that's a good point, yeah. I'll try it. But giving's an odd one, isn't it?
And also I think sometimes people get overactive in giving. So all of these things you are supposed to do. All 7 relationships, 100% you're supposed to spend, you're supposed to give, you're supposed to keep. So I'm not trying to tell anyone to not do any of these, but some people overgive because potentially of a trauma. So when they were growing up, they had nothing, and all they ever did was receive from everybody.
I've got an example of this. A family member of mine grew up with nothing, and as an adult gives all of his time, his money to whether it's the church or his employees at his office or whatever it is, but it's to the detriment of his own family.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's what we're trying to do here, is like for those people that overgive, what is it that is making you do that? So is it an emotion? Because when you give, you feel loved, you feel worthy. Is it a pattern? That's how you grew up. Everybody gave to you, so now you need to give. Is it a belief? Is it a mindset? And all of these things are those serving you? Are they helping you live this balanced life, between these things balanced? If not, we got to figure out which one it is. Which one is it for your uncle or your aunt or whoever it is that is feeling that? Because now he's doing that because that's how he's expressing his love, his money language. but it's to the detriment of his health or his family. And I don't think he intentionally wants that.
No, of course not. He's not aware. And that's what we're saying again, is awareness. Why am I giving so much of my time and money to other people? Why am I spending so much of my money and not saving it? It's
So, this one, the same as receiving, isn't as clear as maybe spending, So, but it's a good one to reflect on where are you giving, especially for me, where am I giving, and maybe I should be giving more.
See, so that's your perspective. So you either then feel a bit blocked in giving. So I think a lot of this is actually sitting down and seeing how much you do give. So like how you felt, when I started doing these programs and seeing that and never wanting to give money to like beggars on the side of the road, I was like, I don't give. I'm not a giving person. And I was talking to a colleague of mine about this, and she was like, what do you mean? You give your time. You just bought me this gift. You did this, you did that. And I was like, oh, it's not just money. I do actually give. I'm giving time. I am a giving person. But also remember, I then figured out, where does that giving block come from?
Yep.
It was those feelings that I had, and neither of them did it with a negative intention. My mom didn't go, okay, well, if you pay me, I'll see her, and when the money's done, like, that was just my perspective of it growing up. And it's just figuring out what those things are and how do you change it, you
exactly. Looking at the why.
Yes.
And where can we go from here?
Yep. Absolutely. Awesome.
Another great week.
Yes.
Yes,
good
looking
stuff.
forward to the next episode.
Yes, dum. What will it be?
Well, thank you, guys.
Have a great day,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this podcast, would like to subscribe, please visit our website, www.growthfp.co.za. The information we have provided in this podcast is our personal opinion. For more detailed information, please discuss your financial situation with a financial planner.